Okay, now right here from this point, man, this is what we're looking at. You can read this about how people are seeing, Pac shit kind of years later. At this point, this was around the Kobe, the farewell tour situation. That all eyes on me anniversary shit. So you had several anniversaries and shit going on that year, man. When this article came off of Vibe, of course um, this would be again that all eyes on me, the movie, the making, all that shit that was going on there, man. Look at look at where it's getting into about Pac, and I guess in the era of Black Lives Matter and drill rap, um, you know, the Pac aspect was looked at a certain way. The aspect that we're gonna deal with mostly is the club shit around reality rap and the drug crisis, because I think people get too really twisted. So when you can take a motherfucker that deal with party shit and club shit a certain way, the two are a bit different, and that's where Freaknik came off with the party aspect of kind of repping like a black affiliating type of shit, because usually the white students that they were saying kind of had their own and all that. So a lot of college people are kind of to trying to make their own shit, and these college people just happen to be black. Don't get me wrong, Freaknik had white people too, but in terms of making the event a party event, some outside of the club shit, well, yeah, that's what blacks came up with on for Freaknik shit, doing that shit in Atlanta. You had you had different areas from the South, from East Coast, West Coast, coming out to fuck with, Freaknik, Magic City, all that shit. But Freaknik was the thing because it was, you can get your team pop shit on. This is outside of the club. This is how you actually getting around in the city type shit. Freaknik was the way of it. Though you had some shit, motherfuckers having on cars doing whatever, but they getting around some way. Motherfucker gonna get around to it. You know how it is. But just as we get into the mix, man, you had your ways of certain political aspects then of Pac, and that's kind of what we're looking at around that time. And in the later drill era, when you look at Pac and the Black Lives Matter aspect, we get on right here. This article was mentioning Pac being dangerously, well, they were saying be Black Lives Matter was blunt and apologetic and misunderstood. Um, they're saying Black Lives Matter is kind of feminism, and then they try to include Pac in there, say Pac for all intents and purposes was feminist, believe it or not. So, um, Deep Flow, one Pac, he was who they say wrestling with his, toxic shit at times or whatever, but trying to, obviously deal with the cause of women in this case. Looking over here, um, no, he wasn't an actual feminist organization or anything like that, but he did support like women's rights when it came to, you know, certain maternal, instincts, like not instincts, but internal things that go and deal with physical, but still go to instincts and all that, motherly shit or whatever. Or in this case, dealt with medical shit. So yeah, Pac for women's rights, but not. It's not like you know um, going with everything that some hoe would say or whatever. No, because you had to make sure you recognize that shit too. So like some say, oh, feminists are like Pac, but not exactly. Some organizations may like some shit, I'm gonna say, but not always, not exactly. Check shit out, really. Feminist doesn't include certain things that Pac would say about rights for black people, the whole fucking race, minorities, brown, Latino, all that shit. Yeah, certain feminist shit doesn't go with that. So I think the women's rights shit is still more away from that feminist organization shit. Pac wasn't actually wasn't actual feminist, but if you want to talk about somebody that was about women's rights and black people's rights in the mix, yeah, that would be that. But those are two different things, or three. Yeah, because women's rights, feminist is more so uh, a class of capped, organized people. Like they're more into like a connection. Women's rights deal with more out in the damn front street, if you will, more sort of behind shit too. Hospital shit, insurance shit, all of that, man. It all does like that. So there's key differences. And then black rights deal with both fucking genders. See what I mean? So Pac doesn't have to be in a feminist organization say some shit for women's rights because women's rights are still included in black people's rights or black rather black programs are still including both genders and shit like that. So I think that's very important too, because that was also in the club era shit we be going to, and also in this drill rap era as we're looking to look at. But but nothing wrong with, again, the guy says it's an opinion, of course, so it's not, we're not dissing and no shit. We're just saying what it actually, in this case, the actual shit about wasn't an actual feminist organization or in an organization of feminists, not really, but for women's rights, and responsible and being, candid and for being, trying to be strong, trying to take up the situation, but when I say candid, I mean in some of the aspects of, uh, the struggling or whatever or shit like that, then you have your moments, you have your times of candidacy. All these things still have to come on into play, and I think that, yeah, and there's someone trying to do their responsible, and there's someone trying to put in for that. Yeah, then that's, yeah, a nigga was rooting on for that shit. Yeah, but not no bullshit setup or no shit like that. But yeah, for someone trying responsible to certain aspects of progression, yeah, Pac was for those, bros and rights and yeah, those type of things. Health medicine when it helps someone get along, whatever maternal shit they're gonna do, whatever person there, yeah, that for that, aspect of the bro, the woman or whatever. Yeah, those things have come along. Yeah, because it's still physical, still, shit going on, living every day and daily. So that's what it is. And I think sometimes that was off in the drill rap era, and people like to look at Pac and they'll mention shit. Here's this part where they're talking about the whole feminist, women love Pac or whatever, and yeah, but they say he would have been an advocate for women's rights. No, he advocated for women's rights, but he wasn't a feminist organizer. That's what I'm trying to say. He wasn't any feminist organizer like some organization that shits on men. Or you have some of those. He wasn't for none of that shit. I'm just being real. But feminist women, that's just general. It's not every bitch, man. Just being real. Ain't taking nothing away, man. But we just saying this is really what Pac was about. The abortion, then taking that away from women, shit like that. That's a court issue, court justice house issue too. It's not just the black community. When I say it's a court justice house issue, I mean he was mentioning abortion in those, limps, in that realm. He was mentioning it also in that realm too, but also about the real. So I'm just giving some instances. I think that around this popping freaking shit and the hoes and all the HIV talks and all this shit happening, yeah, you get your shit over abortion. So I'm just saying, as a club, like we get shit going in and motherfuckers coming in that front, all that, man. Hell, you got shit right back out to the rehab. That's it, wherever the fuck city you at, man. So yeah, we just want to bring that in real quick. looking at a few of these things real quick. And just checking out a few things over here too. We're gonna try to scroll it from the start over here. Just see where we at with it, man. Hold on with y'all. I haven't read all of this shit. We're just getting up to a little more of the personal people's organizing away from this government shit over their bills of advocating for abortion or for not abortion or shit like that, or advocating for, different community bills without those just being the only situations of advocating. I mean, it's not just government shit. You have the people shit here, and even around the thickest of the club shit, man. You had these motherfuckers, still trying to organize from the hustlers to the drug dealer shit to all the player shit. Yeah, rappers steadily just coming along in these points, man. And I think this shit was dope coming along in that mix because you gonna deal with some shit, couple of balls or players or whatever the fuck, certain bitches, man, whoever, man. So I think the real thing of that is when you get to that point, and you done got really big as fuck, man. I think that I think that rap had to deal with that entertainment or city aspect of shit because they hadn't seen reality rap ever until that point. So that was gonna work its own shit within the club shit that was already hitting hella jams, all this shit, man. Grunge, Nirvana, all these different situations really, happening. Had a hella club shit. The Pong, Sex Club shit. They were artsy, crafty. It wasn't just stick a dick in the hole. Nah, man. This was crafty. Kind of like this shit. We're gonna jump into some brewers, well, but not actually. We don't. It's not all the time. So let me just be real. This shit been sitting here for some days. We had this one back, so it ain't that every day. Not even about every day. It's just that's like one can. You see what I'm saying? I had two yesterday. These Guinnesses, man. I like these shits right here. 7.5. That's how the fuck Guinness should be made, all right. Now that's when it's gonna hit you through the night, it's gonna get your effort, no matter, where you done came up at on the time, the clock, where you got to, with your red big damn chart topping, on the show stage, the floor, it don't matter, man. Who's scoping, whatever. Hey man, comics, critics, fuck it. Getting in this richness, man. That's some getting this shit, baby. Going in that shit. Now we got to take it to the 11%. Now this that new Belgium. So what this motherfucker working on some shit. Hey, you ain't never seen this one. This G-Force. There's no clock. But we gonna do that one for right here. Keep it going. Shit. Yeah, man. And the drink still stay responsible. Keep your points and your quotas, your comments, and all the shit. But still just be scarfing through, man. That's what it is, baby. Scraping through, baby. Keep it on your head, all that back on there. That's what I'm saying, like the headgear, scarf shit here. Shit, some type of force, nigga dealing with, you know. But just it's all out. And damn, tidy bears. Tidy bags, man. In Belgium. Rating well, nigga. Shit. Scale fucking goddamn dude. That dope, baby. Put your one up on. Check that fractional motherfucking rich. Rich and goddamn. Damn, I'm so well off, man. Whatever, I know I slowed that one like a motherfucker. I'm just speaking it, but man, I'm trying to get this one too, real quick. I can do this. A second. Well, you gotta, goddamn, it's like, damn, fix your damn cell just to, put it up on like out there, man. Shit, it's like you just gotta press the stove. Fuck it. It's like hopping a turnstile or rail or whatever, man. Some shit, that's some older shit, but even with shit now, it's still another way around. It's like the club we get into this motherfucker as we step through the porn fucking club spot. The city and the sponsors, man. Bring it to the point, huh? You can't pick this type of situation out. The fucking closet, the fucking locks, however you want to call it. Shit that changed society, still buying it. I'm playing mine, still on the jam. Funky, baby, that's motherfucking brain situation going on, man. Diagnosis, baby. Hey, however they want to goddamn right with it. I don't give a damn. But your eyesight, all that. Hey, blinkers, whatever shit, signals, damn, trinkets, however you want to put it. Finger the shit. The world doing this shit. One day to one day to the next. All day we up on this shit. We staying on with this late type shit, baby. That's how we doing it. Put it rag shit to damn situation. You talking about the businesses that got the cash check. Just doing some shit, man. Working it. Folks just waiting. Doing this balance type situation, man. And even with the time, goddamn, trying to, take from us. Fuck it. Betas. It don't matter, bitch. The betas on that. I don't give a damn. It's still, off this action. Going on like that, man. For real. Shit. Out there, we would out. Hey, motherfucker, it's like putting it here. Got one more. We finna lift it up. Drink, baby. Put it how you want, man. That's just, it's like that. Get something with it, man. Food, just kicking some shit. That heart be all through, baby. It all get that next one to the muscle. All that on back. Get one of them was picking up my motherfucking head. Not trying to let it just fall asleep. Put it down pat or something like that. Nah, man. We gonna bump some Project Pat or some shit like that, but we gonna keep it real. Who do? And I like how this shit don't have chameleon out. Like all colors, Front Street, all that, type of visible type of situation going on. But even the shit underground, it's still, still damn racist too, man. Still racist too. Still racist too, baby. Shit. Still racist too, man. That's what damn, how you get through. Talking about wishing shit through, man. It's past, just, wishful. You know what I'm saying? It's that work, baby. Get some shit. How we doing it, man? So, just want to keep some shit on the time, we gotta do. Man, we finna get to it, man. There ain't nothing long right here. Just kicking some shit here, June 27th. 27th June, whatever, man. Just doing it, saying, right. So good. So, um, the power you're doing right here, just this is like the earliest organization that Pac was really kind of part of, man, and there's hella shit on it. The New African Panthers, they were really based from Atlanta, but Pac was out in Oakland, traveling back and forth to Atlanta too when he was coming out from Baltimore. So, I guess along the way, New African Panthers, get with him as he, getting a few, acknowledgments in Atlanta and all that shit. So, kind of get with them because they got connection with Black Panther people, Pac, you know, in Baltimore. That was the big Panther city. New York was pretty big, but so was Baltimore, man. I think that was key with that. You know, just looking at it. So when you look at Atlanta and them motherfuckers getting all freaking and all that, you know how Howard goddamn was fucking with Atlanta on the shit. Just like, you know, you had Atlanta, New York, there was a hella place fucking with Howard. So I think that was the key with the New African Panthers kind of having that mix in the college party era, NFL, all them parties, like the LT and Chris Carter, all them would be around them college, you know, big party shit. So there was a key with all this in the big mix, man, and the city and around some of this club shit or rap was coming up on. You know, and I better fuck with it from underground house joints to the club shit. So, you know, from always very, 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 you know, popular and shit. So that being out there, you know, is I think making it where even the NFL shit was getting certain attention with this. Um, at the club and party, freaky shit was getting making, NFL was getting attention because they were at the same level or the house party situations that will make, you know, their way into what Freaknik would be about with those college parties, you know, motherfuckers know party or whatever. So yes, this would get its making into where even how some of the NFL people would even be at some of the house parties. Like some of the house parties would be based on them big college party joints and house parties with them, some of them kind of type of party motherfuckers. Some NFL people be there on NBA, you know, this shit like that. You know, LT, Chris Carter, all this. LT, Chris Carter, you know, other motherfuckers just doing it. Uh, some could handle, some couldn't. Some got into serving the drugs. You know, y'all heard of the Rams safety, was it? Um, Henley. That was some wild shit. The cocaine, that was wild. I mean, it wasn't necessarily Ricky Ross, Freeway. That damn Rick Ross, or that version. It wasn't necessarily him, but I mean, I don't know what's that some shit. So I'm just saying, you know, but his was on the big connect shit. But I'm just talking about away from that. Yeah, you had your parties with your, you know, certain cocaine, all that, and you know, you had your MDMA shit, man. That's a little more drill rap, but you had all this type of shit, man, going on. And when you look at it, man, you just still got to give it up on the time, sort of. That, you know, the club or the 1990s, you know, the street drugs. This was key around from hospitals to the clubs to even medics, street medics. They dealt with homeless in bad home situations of like homeless or former bad home situations, shit like that. All this type of shit is the little street medic shit around homeless. You know, Pac was always on some type of give back. A few rappers were too. You know, they fuck with Wu Tang always. You seeing how certain shit is going. Other rappers too, but I'm just saying and mentioning Pac because the point it is, it's just an era, right? So a nigga that's dealing with this aspect of what the black man, the thug niggas into America and all this. I was giving them a little something, you know, or whatever shit. Then I'm just saying people are looking at who or what's gonna push that big meaning of the thug or whatever, and not the thug that's just killing people or fucking hoes or something. It's a thug going against the society issues. Very key. The club shit had a hell of motherfuckers up in that bitch. Like, you know, go against the obstacles, you know, that type of shit. That's where it was going, and people didn't like kind of that surge at that point. They damn sure didn't like the 2G surge with the porn shit. So the porn shit was okay, but to an extent. But for rap, hell no. They thinking niggas is fucking up video vixens and trying to kill them. You know what? I mean, this is fucking shit going on, man. So I think in the aspect of that, this is where you have, you know, like sex industries, all that. They got certain drugs that help get rid of shit. Okay, and then you got that shit too. Um, certain street medics have, but then you got the street drug where, you know, niggas are mixed. They shit. You got all this plan, but you got the big hospital shit or whatever. You know, they got they dope shit going or whatever, but they may throw people out for premium lack, like premium money lacks or premium cash lack of payments and insurance. All this a lot of shit going in. People getting fucked up around hospital center treatment shit or whatever. Then you got the block or the street or whatever come in on the street medic shit, but they do their own. It's like a little independent. But then you got the shit that everybody's mad at the drug dealer. And I think that it got a certain attention because there were people trying to do shit with the drugs. Like they weren't just on the block. They was in big club shit. And they were choosing that shit. But they were handling it. So again, a responsible aspect was always a key with the club shit, man. Just to keep it real, man. It's 1990, it's in 2G, all that shit was saying. Yeah, the drill rap era after 2G era. I mean, it was, you look at it, the street drugs got worse because more motherfuckers put on there and like a whatever prescription shit or drug. I'm not saying from the hospital's fault. I'm just saying more people put on prescription shit. And there's still prescription shit out there that isn't like somebody can't afford or whatever shit like that. So you end up with more people complaining or saying shit there. And then you get then you gonna get your you gonna get who really, besides the aspect of who can afford it or who can't. You got your aspects of who looked at as putting this shit out there on the street. They gonna blame the nigga in the block, but they sometimes blame the politician and sometimes they blame the hospital. And I think that once you see how the club shit doing it with the dope, as long as they handling it, I think it's all right at a point. But we're talking about the Mary Jane shit. But you got people doing other shit, but other dope shit is other dope shit. We're talking about like Mary Jane shit like that. Even the ecstasy, people handle their shit pretty well. There wasn't a major overdose thing or nothing like that. So those two for sure, obviously. I'm just saying, I'm not saying people should necessarily take X. I'm just saying people handle that one well. I ain't gonna say they handle cocaine well. I'm saying they handle X well. You hear motherfuckers handling codeine well. You hear motherfuckers handling Mary Jane well. But I'm not saying they handle cocaine well. We didn't say that shit. We're just talking about weed and X. Keep it bumping on, baby. Alright, shit. Provided just, can it be yes? That type of shit. Can it be yes? Can it be alright? Yes. X has done certain shit. Opium has done certain shit. Hospital vibe, whatever. But of course, they look at it different outside the hospital. So when you take it around the club looked in a crisis. That's what we want to take a look at. So we talking our ass off a little bit before we do it. Right back. So New African Panthers, man, the shit they do. Click a couple of the articles, man, but they definitely made a type of organizing connection with how they wanted black communities to get help or whatever. Like in the keep them going, like with one another, like in Atlanta at the time and other places. Though they were based in Atlanta, but they were trying to do it just to get it seen where Atlanta Impact will go, or Atlanta do their shit and it'll work. And get, viewed in how other cities are doing with black communities. So they were, working a way to get that out there. So they did have that. Just looking at it here. Okay, 1991. 92, you got Thug Life, you got Malcolm X, you got Grassroots. Uh, that was New African Panthers. They were big grassroots. Malcolm X shit was more grassroots, actually. New African Panthers was a little more um, political organized because they were like in the college mix around Atlanta and all that. Malcolm X shit was more grassroots, a little more underground. Indiana, 1993. This is like 92, 93. You know, Pac, you got the Thug Life group that comes about. And then but 93, you got the Indiana Expo. You got other you got other groups, man. Shit right here. That Pac kind of spoke at rap conventions and shit like that. Uh, and as you get along the way, man, as you get along the way here, you get 1995 bikers interview, and there was another group of shit Pac was trying to deal with. That's what he wanted to do shit with, and he got a little bit to do with, man. But we finna check it out right here. This is in the mix. I see the Lord's Tucker and all that political bullshit. But you had Maxine Waters. They say she was kind of for rap shit. So you got your different views in the mix, man. All right. I don't make no mistake. This ain't no political situation of a story. You have that. People that made those type of books, whatever. Pockets ain't that. This is just some reality shit all in the mix, man. That's all we just going with it. But it is political, but it's not just. This is not just a political. This is be jamming, but it's some reality shit happening now. And how a nigga be looked at when he say some shit or not, going for the bullshit in the club. And everybody's trying to trip and do some shit. Yeah, man, we in the mix of all that. And, look at the crises and all of that, man. That's what it is. So that's what I wanted to go with it. I'm gonna do that. This is, of course, African Panther shit, man. He did an 89 interview explaining the goal of the movement. So 1989 was already doing it. 1990, 91, African Panther. He stuck with it for a minute. 92, 93 was big as shit. Malcolm X, Grassroots, Soldier Slim, The Luncheon. 93, you got Indiana, the Expo. 92 and 93, you got the Thug Life shit, the Code, the Pac, Tulu, Preem, all of them. They really, they dealing with black community issues like the gang shit and the hustler shit and trying to keep it going or whatever. Pop was saying, I can tell someone not to sell drugs. I can tell them to have respect for the black community or whatever community, and that's what it is with the kids doing it. Probably like, don't be just selling this shit to kids or serving it around them. You do it on when you get your time at night or whatever. Yeah, shit like that. Because this makes almost corporate kind a regime, almost a corporate regime. When you look at how drugs sometimes get looked at when they sold. So as we've been looking at the drug war crisis, sometimes the drug money is used to just serve out to a black business that want to help the drug dealer get their shit on. Um, this that man with the black shit, but you had a cartel doing shit with theirs, whites doing shit with theirs, but with blacks, you have specific niggas and certain, shit like that. You gonna have more niggas in this case. This case is saying, that put the drug money into the legit black biz and get profit. You also have where they're just selling the drugs. It's just the motherfuckers in the drug shit. And you also have where they just some of the motherfuckers killed are just motherfuckers in the drug shit. So for the most part, you would have that in the mix of growing black business doing shit with a drug dealer putting drug money into the business to make it legit. But it helped when it helped out the black community, it would be an issue, and it help out in certain instances of like black the places of living or whatever was starting to really, I guess, get into either where they're looked at from a perspective of the money, the what's coming in, like to keep the community like clean, what's coming in to keep the community shit going. This shit be looked at off how the drug shit is doing. So certain places, the shit will go on. It'll go on with the drug money shit. Some blacks fuck with it in the black community, whatever. In terms of the businesses, fucking with the drug dealer. Yeah, sometimes in terms of, they put the money in it. Yeah, it could do it. Most time, yeah, you had how a nigga was trying to run the whole drug dealer shit out of the neighborhood, but it wouldn't go like that, obviously. Sometimes they get a certain few niggas out or whatever, but it would never just go like, man, the whole drug shit out because it still leans onto the political viewing of shit, which is why you had the laws and shit involved in it. So the people still doing, in this case, with the way the government is looking for it to be done, to so-called clean up the community. In that way, that's more of a corporate, way of shit. And that goes to their way. And for the people, sometimes you have the people where they act out or they doing certain shit as it becomes the people dealing with the political um, results. It's the political results take place now. The people have to deal with it. It's just on their ass now. So that's how it go down. Um, Either the black community business that was helping drug dealers make profit, when they working together like that, either it's gonna help the shit, which it did help a few communities, so the communities really popping and shit. So it helped a few black communities, but most of the time, a motherfucker just gonna go with the political viewing and those results of how the block is and the results that be how certain motherfuckers act, black included, on black biz or whatever black person or any person. And in the ways of somebody acting off these political results of city and the control, then now you start having where that take away from what any drug dealer does that actually does help. Just kind of kicking it a long way on the shit. We on that shit, man. Just just kind of shit, man. But that's how it's getting deep in that motherfucker. I ain't say we gonna say long walk. Nah, I just ended up saying we just going a long way with it. It's always a long walk. But I'm just saying, yeah, man, like, just trying to get that expression. You don't get the deep. Trying to get the deep. No, that shit go. So we just get it on this, man. That's it. As long as it take it to it, man. As long as it take it to that shit. So after all the big thug life shit and all that going on, and Ike's prison interview, of course, Pac started to rethink the whole thug life shit or whatever, because of how certain niggas was treating it, the values. Niggas wasn't really for it in general. You know, blacks just want to do whatever shit they was. They weren't really violent with rap. You know, all this shit, man. So when it come down to it, Pac, the riders he would find on the shit. It's to say right here, all in the mix of all these results of the government and how they treat the community, what comes out, it starts to create certain ways that people go bagging what the government was creating sometimes and shit. In this mix, man, um, the Pac wanted to work with a few people, um, legends, you know, like Mike Tyson, all that. Um, we're gonna do that. Obviously, as you see, the Chicago shit. Actually, this is Cali. This is the other nigga right here, Mr. Saint Shakur, and that's Mr. Monster Kobe Scott. So, and that's the other nigga is, you know, some say is a little of a legend, but there was an interview that Mr. Monster did, and Pac wanted to still uplift the black community, so that organizing there is key, and even he took that into death row, and even when he did a magazine article very late in August, or several days before the Mike Tyson fight, and he was saying, you know, me and Suge, you know, we'll always do business. This might be a little different than what Dad says, but we're just going off Pac from the magazine article, and you know, Pac would say, you know, this shit is me and Suge, and we gonna always do business, but my thing is just making sure everybody on death row, can get whatever they need from me. Whatever, I'm there, no matter where, no matter what time. Shit, I'll be there. You know, that type of shit. I was saying my shit is just be there for anybody on death row, no matter what. But I'm still, going to do the death row east and all of that. But I'm gonna still be there for anyone on death row. Just as long as they need it, I'm gonna be there. Death row being shook, always do business. But I'm still doing uh, death row east and euthanasia and all that. And that was gonna be more organizer. So a lot of the organizer was going. It was furthering shit into the people's situations of some of the I guess some of the way that this point of where the black community was looked at in this big corporate realm. 1990s was putting that shit on. You had the crisis. You have rap and commercial shit. There's a way the black community is starting to be looked at. The way the communities, period, white and wherever, starting to be looked at. Just the U.S. as a whole and society. And you see societies, certain corporate shit going a certain way. They rock. And then you see rap doing some, trying to get something that you see other people may not really be getting there and shit like that. So rap looked like a way that it's finna hit the next big shit that everybody can see, because everybody can't just see the big ass corporate shit that's happening or political shit, but rap was saying some shit, getting at the shit, like, just getting at, the situation. But for the society or politicians don't want somebody to, be about or see a shit like that. So motherfuckers was mad at rap and some of the regular people too. So you talking about all that. There was rap commercial shit. The next point, where the rap was gonna get to. Still very kind of more so underground with big record deals. Wasn't really fully commercial in the mid 1990s either. But the next direction would be how we get commercial would actually deal with some organizing, and Pac did have some shit to do with that in a big way, because Death Row was that big. Bad Boy was another big label, but they wasn't on no organizing shit or whatever in a political way is the way Pac was. So that next organizing situation there is very key for the next commercial shit. And Pac seen it not just only West Coast shit. You look at other organizing of rap when they talk about in the reality with the around the people. Rap got to do that because all the other shit, all it does is it's not really about the reality. But rap could be about the reality and make more organizing for the people. So Pac was definitely going there without the bullshit politics, if you will. So, you know, just like sports, again, mentioned Taylor, LT Taylor, and Chris Carter, they was really off in those college party drug dealer joints. Just they really there. And when you look at that aspect, that was key with Freaknik, black people just trying to have something to party with because the whites and other races got theirs. So we figured as college we try to make something of ours too. It's black. So some of them parties and shit LT and them went to was on that shit. They was on that shit a little before Freaknik or during Freaknik. That aspect of organizing was further through music, further through dancing, stepping, all that. That's where rap commercial shit was going to end up going, but a little past Freaknik. But Freaknik was putting it on, and so it's just underground rap, all that kind of, Muslim and motherfucker to go where it gotta go. And it's going to be a commercial point of shit with politics and treatment and black community shit and all that. So there you go. People now look at the modern times and go back to apartment shit over some hoes and do the men of the race hate these bros or whatever, all this shit. And the ladies and this gender modern, they saying both genders hate each other and this shit. Now it's all of that, and it's a little more. It's modern and big commercial shit now. But the direction it was going back then with punk and Death Row and you can tell was a lot different. This is off, of course, just doing some just shit around people research. We had the big fat investigation shit going on at Time Warner and Death Row and all of this going into big commercial shit. So punk, the organizing was key there. This is it. You're talking about it's the same, we wanted to have summer leagues and boys and girls, they'd be backed by rappers and while uncles and fathers would act as security, churches would provide meals, plans with also enact on to clean up the streets of the drug dealers. In the times of 6 a.m. or p.m., the streets would be free of dealers and clear for young children. In the hours after 11 p.m. were up for the taking. However, Shakur wanted the money made from these deals to be put back into the community. So ultimately, these plans will redirect the image of the black community and keep the youth productive and off the streets. So they mentioned it wasn't really that main fruition right there with Pac and Monster Cody Scott. Oh, and Mike Tyson. Cause Pac was into what the children were kind of coming up with. There goes that 1992 shit with the Thug Life, Tupac, Matulu, Mopreme, all that. But 93 Indiana, Malcolm X still, it was 92, but 93 Indiana, Expo, Rap Convention Expo, all these expos, man. U94 here, and it's talking about yummy, standard food and all of that. And gangs being self-productive, including the motherfuckers that killed Yummy. Sandifer. Mention here. Getting into the issue with the gang and all that was going. That was what Drug Life did and all that. And so it wasn't no fake when came at the Milwaukee niggas. Some people say those were the wrong ones. So they just know the gang people that got Yummy. That's what it is, but they're not in the same gang. People that said all that shit. This is just these different aspects here of the organizing. We're gonna take a look also right in the mix. Right in the mix of this shit. We got some other shit too, man. Just looking at several of these things, but we'll go ahead and take a look at this other shit that Pop was doing right with Mr. Monster Cody Scott. And well, this is what it was going to be. Actually, that was in the damn Vibe magazine article. Do it right here. I'm gonna scroll down here real quick. Very key point of shit going into big rap attention in the late 1990s with the blowing up shit. This was very key because of the treatment of rappers was looked at as in this commercial aspect and society aspect. So all over the place like that. Then you have an aspect where this was pre-death row, but in the mix of this big industry of prison and all of that, man, and it's bullshit. But I'm just saying it's in the mix of the industrial complex of the prison shit. So because that way treats people a certain way, then yes, this was a key that people looked at like rap. What the fuck is the rap gonna be about in other treatment circumstances such as prison? Just like how rap niggas is looked at in reality, bros looked at in reality. So they both genders and shit getting there like that behind the bar aspect or behind prison aspect. So rap was looked at in this place of shit because there's a lot of complexity, control, white systematic shit. So rap was taking all the shit on, and of course, so because we got Pac, nigga finna do a lot of big time years behind bars or whatever in terms of what they were trying to charge him with. Then that was a point people hadn't seen rap in the circumstance of that big industry place of prison. So of course people were looking at it. So it's real key because there was a lot of other shit with how rap promoters, the club shit, and all that was looking to this mix. Rap article right here. A lot of shit around the club, a lot of politician shit. But Pac just wanted to keep the growing of organizing going, and he did a little bit of that in prison. Like you can tell with what he was saying here, he was talking about reading so much already. This was just when he was in the infirmary. He hadn't even been sentenced yet. Over here, he was just serving time ahead of time. Yeah, shit like that. So yeah, that was what it was. So when you look at that, for that way of organizing right there, being staying about the shit in prison, Pac clearly was also finna add the shit regardless with Tyson and Mr. Monster Cody. And it was called Us First and all that. Cause he was like, hey, ain't nobody ever came to save me, but he's talking about, may say some young niggas who know, man. That's the word of you, young nigga. Oh, this way before modern shit. So yeah, man. That's 1995. Yeah, but can't forget the Brother Crusade 1996. So just listening off a few things again from 89, 91, and on, or sort of, not exactly. African Panthers, 92, Thug Life shit. You got the Malcolm X Grassroots. Thug Life, Malcolm X Grassroots. 1992 also. You also got 93 with the Expo, the rap convention, Indiana Expo, rap convention, down south, all that. You got that all down there, happening. Um, yeah, that's the 92 shit. 93 is Indiana Expos and all of that. Oh, the Malcolm X shit was Atlanta. So Atlanta had a lot of shit going on also around the Freaknik with Malcolm X. What's going on like that? MLK shit. Obviously, there was shit down there going on. And then Freaknik. I mean, so all that, man, together just showed, along with the New African Panthers, also showed what organizer shit would be in a connected city like Atlanta. And all that going down there like that. So that's what we're looking at here. And just these things, black conscious kind of growing with organizing, but niggas still, you still keeping the groove, bitches, all this shit still happening. Some shit just going. I mean, it's just the rap involvement of from club shit to records is going to a big music commercial place and shit later in the 90s, obviously. So saw your shit going into it. 93, it's Indiana, you know, and no motherfucker ain't on the Miller time here. I mean, but don't get me wrong, fuck Reggie Miller, but I'm just saying, it's not on the Miller time and Smiths and all that, baby. We just talking about this shit, man. I'm just saying, Indiana got some shit, man. That's all I really gotta say. Some of this shit here, baby. Exactly, Indiana, but Indiana underground shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to say that. You got some underground shit. I'm just saying. So it's a little more underground than New York, Indiana. Shit, people, they do their shit in Indiana. I'm just saying, and they had their little organizing. So rap was going with all these organizing situations, was really helping it out. So you got Pac there, you got him at several other expos, all of that, man. Just black expos, black conventions, all these organizing situations. Even with the NOI, all that death row situation, they would be around Brother Crusades. That would be the organization. Pac was that would be like 1995, 96. Shit, man. So that would be after mentioning this us first shit. But Pac had been riding with Brother Crusade type shit anyway, in their shit. But us first was gonna be something a little more personal, I think. No Brother Crusade clearly is for the black community, but you got a few organizers uh, uh, of their groups, few organizing groups of black power, or whatever, black conscious that are a little more underground, independent. So I think that's where the hustle Cody aspect was coming. They're gonna be dealing a little more with the hustle situation and shit. And this is big for your corporation and their commerce and infrastructures and shit like that. Rap was taking it on at this point. And the club was a big key of it. Pawn six motherfucking clubs too. Just keeping it real, yeah. So there you go. 94, of course, again, Pac's involvement for the old gang, and that was kind of what Thug Life Code shit was about. They were really about that, the whole Thug Life. But for pretty much what was about that. But I guess a few scenarios out a little away from that, kind of just kind of fucks it up a bit. Where the group can't really stay together. We got all the big, all kind of, this is the issue. I know my friend once said just life happened, but I look at it more like Pac was looking for the Thug Life group to kind of go into certain shit anyway or do certain shit, and they, wasn't gonna just go or get there, wasn't gonna just happen. I mean, life was happening, but it wasn't just gonna happen for the Thug Life group kind of sticking together because of some of the values and shit, like, where rap was going at the time and what niggas could stay on or whatever. Trying to go, dealing with the prisons. So, got other niggas like, damn, where's the next? Where's the shit going? All that big point of shit. A lot of people don't, keep with it, period. Though ironically, Pac's Thug Life group were able to keep with the shit, but when Pac was going to prison, obviously that's going to kind of get rid of shit, basically. Yeah, that's kind of what it does. It's really that. It's really that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just saying. But the organizing that Pac did keep for the gang shit would be the Monster Cody. So Pac was, I'm not saying he was just replacing shit, but you got this organization to deal with it that'll help out. They were still riding with Matulu shit, but they were still gonna add, more into it. So, and I think Pac was taking that into, you know, a little organizing too with later the death row to certain shit like that. And I think that's just so much organizing that was going into that later 1990s. A lot of rap came up off that shit from New York or wherever, man. I'm just keeping it real. And it wasn't a big money thing. It's a lot of these shits right here exposed. Freaknik shit. Club bitch, what? Club bitch, yeah. It's like that. I said that shit. So, it's like that, man. They have a whole hell of a lot of clips. We kind of had to just say our shit, but we got the few joints we finna go on to. So I might get that project from the to fuck with something. Set it off on some shit there. As we do it, we get back to the True Life freaking shit, and we just adding more, a little more True Life around any club shit. Just trying to do something underground, now or whatever. The reason why back then it was so popular because it was around niggas that were in the club but still fuck with a grassroots movement, shit like that. That's what it's about, man. I'm gonna keep my real shit, bitch. I don't give a damn. Yeah, nigga, I'm like that. Yeah, the world like to ride for too much bullshit. Hey, this raw shit means something. Nigga. I'm just saying. It's on the heart, man. It's real. We got the three joints we gonna do, man. We gonna come back with it. Hit a few club joints by or something like that, man. Actually, we've been hitting them. I got the ones we want to do again. We just mentioned True Life, but the three song we gonna do the fuck with the era. It's gonna be coming off the shit we was gonna do from Miss Billie Holiday. We still actually finna do it. But the three joints is the chance to rap a song with a twister and do or die. We gonna peep some Megan Thee Stallion with the screw joint. Um, and then some X shit. I think it was I want that shit really get at the errors and what they done did around. It would kind of just get shit. In a deep point of where people are seeing the rap at and the people and the motherfuckers doing the rap. Society's got they seeing them in this big point of shit, or they seeing them like it ain't shit. It ain't just cause of rhymes. So just for that shit, man. So we gonna do it, right? So the better fight too. We were talking about the opioid crisis and club shit. We talking about like street medicine or whatever that can, it'll help a situation out, right? It's not saying, oh, you got to get off the drugs. It's like Narcan don't say necessarily you got to get off drugs, and Narcan is just making sure your ass don't overdose. If you're having a fucking element into an overdose or situation that's leading into an overdose, yeah, the Narcan, get your ass up out of this shit. And that's kind of where I feel like you have your shit where the street drug or something like that is on point, right? Because it's not saying don't use drugs. It's just making sure your ass does not overdose if something goes wrong with what you got. So I think that's key, period, whether you get drugs off the street or whether you get them in a hospital. People overdose off shit that ain't off the street. It's from a hospital, but the Narcan is still help, regardless of whether the street or whatever. So in mentioning this point right here, you got how street cleanups would be looked at. It's not the way like Pac was saying here, where saying, the drug dealers can have this block here. Sometimes you've seen The Wire. Sometimes they did shit like that, and then those were the kind of the police doing certain shit. But just to mention that real quick, um, that type of time, when you look at it, people want to just throw all the drug dealers out like they fucking killed everybody, and every drug dealer didn't do no killing. See what I'm saying? So obviously the better solution for drug wouldn't be necessarily clean up the whole fucking city or hell no. Because people gonna choose to violate drugs or whatever with it. People choose that. They're not necessarily forced to do. They're not necessarily forced, but they choose. You be adults. I'm saying they're kids, but we're just saying adults still choose to, right? So kids too, but again, the forcing aspect is a little different. In this case, we're talking about people choosing drugs. So again, the real organizer wouldn't be saying for them to give up the shit, because that's not what happens unless someone chooses. The old days with the Panthers, they would have the clinics for people who wanted to get off drugs. It wasn't they were trying to get everybody off the fucking shit. No, because it's their personal choice shit, regardless of gender. So I think that in a way of Texas and codeine and how that gets looked at by the DEA. Again, you had bitches, right? They was sick with HIV, codeine giving them all the shit and all that shit. But you had bros, other bros who, sick or had crack. body type hurtings. You know, crack, cocaine, fucked up their body, whatever. And the codeine and boom, gave them some weight and some, even muscle. All this they were gaining basically like energy or something. There was some energy. There was just something they were gaining, and it worked. They didn't like these doctors in Houston giving out all the codeine to these sick ass patients because it was past the restriction. But the doctors were giving it out because they tested the shit past the restriction, so they could give out that shit. These were real sick patients. They were coming of them off of crack. Some of them clean. I mean, clean. I ain't never had crack since or whatever. I just had Mary Jane and codeine. So that has happened. But again, when you look at how that is actually getting, it's gonna get stigmatized, if you will, because it's not certain people doing it, or it's not certain people saying shit about it. That's where your issue gonna have. It's gonna have is shit where that's coming out right at that point of not cleaning it up. That's where the issue gonna be right there. That's another point of shit where when the hospitals do it. Yeah, where the blockers look at it clean up, but when you talk about the hospitals being looked at as cleaning up or whatever, that shit goes a lot different. And I think an aspect to look at is the codeine restriction shit that doctors were beating past or throwing out because he had really sick ass patients that just needed the whole hell of a lot of codeine and water and shit like that. That's what it was. So I'm just saying, you have shit like that. Again, that's not going to be looked at well for the whole cleaning up shit, because the cleaning up shit isn't looking at what people really need. It's just looking at the way that the world sees, it's just making a society's corporate, you know, result. It's just a result for society to keep going with they shit, they regime and all that. And I think that's where the organizing beats that. We mentioned the pot shit here. We mentioned the doctors and the whole from crackhead or sick ass patients with HIV, bros and shit, whatever. And the codeine helping them because the doctor didn't just go with the DEA standard. The doctor went with what was working for the person that was trying to get off the crack or get their body fixed because of the crack. And the codeine just happened to help. So instead of cleaning up the hospital or whatever, they just helped the patients. The codeine isn't necessarily gonna like get rid of your HIV, but the codeine will lift you up out of the symptoms or uh, the HIV reactions. And she was really moving and doing all that because she lifted up out the HIV reactions and the other crack reactions of using crack. Give you some reactions and shit. Codeine was helping these other motherfuckers out of it, and that was the shit that got them out. Not saying it was Narcan, but both of them kind of Narcan, in this case, lifting people out. So when you look at that type of organizing against cleaning up, something really is key. That organizing where it's not necessarily throw out the drugs, throw the motherfuckers out, man. No, man, the shit is working with the person in this case. They actually need the codeine. In this case of the overdose shit, they actually need the Narcan. And that's what is key. It's more that than just a society result. That's what people are looking for in this time of modern relationships. Or the other modern bullshit is a result. And it's just bitch ass world game. It's a result. But actual progress shit isn't just gonna be a result. It'll be more. For real. So we're just going there with it. And that's how we gonna do it. Let's get back to this true life, man. Shit, we saying this bitch, we finna have this shit. So we ain't cracked this shit open. It's a good ass one, I'm sure. 11.1. Shit. Oh, was this 11 point? Well, ain't no point, but shit. It's gonna be a point for this shit. Yeah. Go. This one tastes like a little soda. I ain't seen soda 'cause I seen Mr. Jake Fever shit. I was just watching some shit. Made some soda margarita shit. But this ain't no soda like that. But it tastes like some type of a fruit soda. In here. But it's not spicy like the or more airy. It's not airy like the other Voodoo Ranger shit is more airy. This shit ain't that airy. But I guess just last on this. It's more of a IPA. There's a difference between the airy and IPA, Belgium, all this. They're in the lager situation. It still tastes like a lager, but it don't taste airy like the shit that's the regular Voodoo Ranger. But you got a hint. You do have a hint of the sweetness is more than just the ale, but you still taste the ale shit. But the sweetness is definitely more. It's a sweet one, but it, I mean it's got a nice frothiness. Like there's a frothiness or something. It's got a nice frothiness of that shit, man. Not the coffee, but frothiness and shit. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Isaiah's frothiness. I think that's what it is. I like that shit. Yeah. So, yeah, this bitch, right? Back to this and
Bento no because of your credit? Well, here.
you should like look at Dallas and San Palto and it was looked at as dangerous neighborhood, murder rate shit. All the NO had it, man. When you look at past dangerous shit, the NO for the 1990s with all that shit with Lynn Davis and King Rose and the cop Antoinette, old girl, this damn broad doing the bullshit too. She having them businesses, Asian restaurants and shit, sell that cocaine and shit on the side. But I'm just saying, they was in that mix of shit, man, with the people. That was your big cluster or big situation where city and government infrastructure are they're going to take it to the people about what they want to do. But the people end up dealing with the same government coming at the people to, uh, so-called clean up the community, but usually it was over like cocaine drama with it. The cops was even dealing with the cocaine shit too, with the drug dealer that was rolling with them and all that. So I'm just saying, in that way of shit, these cops were very well industry connected with their cocaine shit. And this how this is infrastructure shit. The mixers, cartel, they're everywhere, anywhere. But you got how the hood projects in this case, and or looked at how they deal with it. It's different than how, let's say, some Mexicans would deal with the cartel shit. So shit was different with it. I mean, in terms of dealing with how the cops and the dealers work together with their shit. The people in the government shit wasn't really working out in terms of the regular people, but the dealers and the cop shit at times worked out. So I'm saying this is somewhat your political shit. Sometimes I feel within an infrastructure when it's involving people in their like voting or people in the political aspects. I think that's where the infrastructure play keys in. This was a big time of crisis getting attention, just like rap getting attention, all that. This is where we're going. So Freaknik keeping a lot of shit going, a lot of connections too, and people ain't liking it because they feel niggas expressions or whatever just they breaking the judgments, so the judgments get more steeper at this point. And this what happened in 1998. This what happened in the later days of Freaknik. Niggas couldn't just keep it going together. You have bitches start lashing out or whatever. You know, you got a few bras that's, you know, they cool. They not tripping, but you got the bitches that's really bad and they, you know, this is like some, you know, whack ass ones, you know. Now of course you got your, you know, bitches and you know, they're gonna be positive. Yeah, you got your positive ones, you know, they groove and whatever, they cool. But in this case, they were coming a bit at the bras that was making them growth reports and certain rape reports, but it was only 4 rape reports reported out of the whole freaking, according to what the news shit we saw, which was the later 1998 shit. But in this True to Life, they went against some of the news shit, and I think that was also that also works when you have rap growing as much as it do. It's putting it out there that you can't go against certain shit they want to get it rid of or clean up, and this was the place to do it, man. I think Freaknik also invited that. It's gonna get more attention when you talk about the hoes and money and niggas around that, but what it really also did was it still added to a voice point of shit within what was left of the black conscious of organizing it. Of course, you still have shit put on with it, music wise, like jazz soul and all that, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Not like the way Freaknik was dealing with shit, man. That was the big shit. So yeah, real Buddha Ranger. This one is it's smooth with the fruit shit, but the old IPAs had just that main flavor. This one got like a couple, but you can see one is a little bit more. One is a little bit more than the other. The little fruit shit compared to the little haze in here, but the fruit shit is still somehow a little bit more than the haze shit in here. But the hazy ale shit is more than the others. So this one you see they try to make them both hit, but the fruit one they hit more. Uh, shit, checking this shit.
Here at Sports and Imports Autos, we specialize turning no into yes. Sports and Imports is a buy here, pay here that's been serving the Metro Atlanta community
Oh shit! On the page. Should I get to the truth, right, baby? But that's a big key for the late 1993 where I was slipping. Certain reports become more stigmatized. Certain reports of rapes and growth start adding in rap stigmatized or going off rap stigmatized and bringing it to college party stigmatizing situations. So as that gets off, boom, now you got this shit slip. This shit starts slipping. So it's because of the organizing of the Freaknik was still holding shit on. So that's why it was still going on strong. But a lot more of these, you had bros and police kind of trying to take certain shit down. But it was really more the people in this case than the police. But the bros was going. The police trying to play shit here and there, you know, and they weren't all legit. So that was your true life of it. Now here they really are. They're bringing back. They're holding on and bringing back some shit. You know, the Freaknik in this town. And that's some shit that can always keep going with the 1990s way. And these niggas and these bitches, you know, they was coming up off the club shit going at the laws, the club shit going at the bullshit, you know, politicians. That was what the 1990s club shit really took it to, man. So for 2G, when you get the big porn, black surge shit, it's going off a lot of underground porn stars that was you know coming up off their 1990s around a certain club shit or whatever. And so sometimes you got some certain views that get you know talked about in like porn industry shit, um, views of like you know like values type of shit or whatever. Some of that's still coming off from some of the old club shit before like the black surge shit 2G. So I think that's a real key there. And I think in the mix of this Freaknik organizing. That's where it was at. So I know we've been chatting it up. So let's go on here, back to it over here.
I gotta be prepared.
Stepping involved, like when slaves came over, it was part of like the ritual worship services. It's just like carrying on the tradition. It's about rhythm and dance. Up and over, girl. Up and over. My name is Sherman Braxton Jr. My role on Step Team is the Step Master. Ready to dip. And you know, it gotta be somebody in the forefront to let people know when to do things and you know when to do them, where to do them, and how to do them.
Our style is stepping, hardcore stepping. Hardcore stepping.
Freak Nick. Everybody will be here. We throw this step show out. People in Arkansas, Nevada, they're gonna know about this. Everybody and their mother gonna be in there. Literally. I'm getting tired of people finishing before us. I'm getting tired of that. I want us to be up there singing our songs, getting that trophy. As everybody leaving out the auditorium, I want us still hopping around on that stage. R-O-T-A-P-H-I-O-T-H-E. Ole, we on our way to the freedom. To the freedom. Ole, oh.
Y'all hear that shit? IPA, baby. They were talking about I on my way, nigga. Yeah, we talking about getting to the IPA. Hey, yeah, baby. Come on now. You know, goddamn, put it on. Keep the visual. It's on that nigga. Yeah. Shit. Visual, nigga. Damn. Shit. Hey. I don't sit for no whole shit. I be getting more bigger, baby, to that morning. Yeah, get it. Let's go, man. Let's get this shit. Right back. Here you go. IPA. What else they gonna be saying I'm about? Come on now.
Ole.
This is how it should be done. Cause this style is identical to none. How can I make you dance?
Like a part of freak need to have on hoochie clothes. This is
Hey, you gotta have it, baby. Shit. What's the old girl Leah having it? You know, all that. Yeah, people trying to get it like the R&B and the rap shit. Freaking was trying to get it like all the motherfuckers. And there's no wrong with that aspect. DB also did a True Life or some shit with Aaliyah. You know, some shit just, I mean, come on, Aaliyah and Left Eye and Rivera at the atrium and all this shit, man. Come on now. That's just too real. Aaliyah Spring Break '97. You know they gonna hit the jam for they hit the jam for some shit, man, over there at MTV or whatever. But the Freaky Jam had everything, all the MTV shit. You gonna get a little more raw at the Freedom for saying that raw shit meaning. You know, that's all he's saying. So, you know, you got Aaliyah, all these damn MTV strips and all this. I mean, damn, it was big as fuck for some damn MTV. Damn, man, it's like the whole damn freak nigga something herself. She was at the spots where it was at, the atrium shit, all that. And I'm just saying, yeah, man, shit. That's a long way. Oh, nah, this is the diary. It's still a longer version of the shit. I'm just looking for it. We go with the short. Short, good.
Sexy.
I'm always pushing myself to come up with new things. A nice shoe. Image is important. This shoe hurts right now, so I know it's walking. A little bit of pain in the toe doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Paris to meet the press. They're great for me. I'm taking a little culture before heading back home to NYC. I like It's a hectic schedule.
Man, this shit, man. It's dope and shit. So motherfuckers know, I told you, 1990s ain't done, bitch. Hold on. 2G shit, motherfucker ain't done. Shit ain't gonna be done. This shit, we keep on with it. Keep going, baby. Going. Hey. Okay, hold up. Here we gonna find this bitch.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44. Was 6 years old in the play Annie. I was like, this is what I want to do. I have to do this. I'm happy doing this. So I'm living it, and I'm very, very happy about it.
Nah, this ain't it. Shit, we had that shit earlier. Hold up. Nah, I was one over here.
I'm always pushing myself to come up with a nice shoe. Image is important. This shoe hurts right now, so I know it's important.
Yeah, peep that. It's like
This is
this
kind of
shit.
sushi. I guess the back is out.
You know, they knew how to do it the way it was. And all them in the same spots. And I found all them around the same party spots or in the mix of, some of this events happening. I mean, at times, they perform at certain places. You go there. I mean, yeah, on that shit like that, I mean, this is the way it was. But the stigmatism and all, stigmatized shit would go into, other aspects of where these policies and cities are going at the people that's in this music shit. A lot of music shit being looked at bad because of certain political situations. They aren't getting people to basically add into the view of saying rap is degrading, bro. So rap is also degrading the black community. Um, Politicians have to, some of them have to get motherfuckers to go and help the situation, even if it's not a good help. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of communities who put in some bad help shit, like 2G and shit. So, I think rap organizers either outside or through the community, or outside the community, I think helped because the key was what we saying, the pop shit, all that. When you seeing shit like that work or trying to make something work with rap like that, that would be the key, in a way that it's not just being put into a situation that's creating more stigmatized aspects of shit. So again, it'll be just like looking at it not going into no further stigmatized shit or whatever, stigma shit. Um, where it's where it gets seen into with the people. I think rap again was at that point of where everything was going to be seen somehow, where shit would go at next with whatever politicians are coming up with to get people to go with their shit. That's what it was in that battle a little bit. So again, just mentioning some of the organizing got to go against some of stigma that can get further added and have more, communities kind of putting a little more some bad side and shit with where the politicians are going with it. So rappers dealing with all that. They were making some shit happen with it. Boom, they doing shit like illegal trying to whatever. I mean, that's how deep the rap shit was. Nowadays, you just look at like you stupid if you trying to do some shit like some big motherfucker, that's making it or whatever, man. Shit, we hear about Kobe getting laughed at. You heard a nigga on the podcast say that shit. People, they laugh at that nigga trying to do nothing. Hell, people gonna come at that. I'm just giving an instance. But people laugh at we can try to get this shit down because the people trying to come up with some shit. They goddamn, they rocking a little elite shit. Not quite like elite into this shit. But the motherfuckers, they got, certain shit where they can put a little status on shit, but not like a leader, but they doing something like that. They really get it like that. For niggas to be moving towards that aspect and doing that, society will have some shit to say with it and how it's seen, and that becomes a hell of a stigma. And people will stimulate off that stigma shit. They stimulate, man. They go off it ain't the groove shit, the club shit like we finna get to. I know we ain't got to it yet, but we want to bring this in the mix. It's very key. Okay. I looked up, yeah. You know, this is a real key point though. Right back to the street drug shit, true life.
This is this is my sorority color.
And the street medicine, this shit. It just all like the hot, it ain't just the mix ain't the mix drug. And I said this is we talking about this dope shit. Do his shit. With it. When I say do his shit, it's doing this shit like it isn't harming. You see what I mean? I think the club would bring that shit too in the 1990s, and did, and the 2G also. Like the Mary Jane was doing it. You'll bring it, but now it's just a little different. So, the amount of times a lot of people are just bashing club, a lot of people just doing all that. So we're just taking it back to a few of the days and maybe many of the years ago, or maybe not too many years ago, but still hella years ago that, this shit was a little more of a, you would fuck with it, like, or it would be very involving of your personal and business situations. That was your 1990 shit. The club, the 2G shit. It would be very involving and consuming of your personal and your biz, man. You saying shit. Y'all, I'm just saying. So that's where we at. Right back. They don't have shit to say here, but this whole and whatever shit you grab. But it's what it is. As we get along in it, there's gonna be a few more slight modern situations. We're only mentioning a few, but we're just mentioning a whole representing, man. This is not about this era. Not yet, we don't talk about that shit, but in this case, we're just talking about some real shit, man. But it's still going on there like that, man. That's how we want it. Just put it like that. You had shit to say about this, all that, but again, it's still it's still about era. But again, we're just trying to bring it all on some real shit, because that's what it was, and what you could do in the mix of the cluster, way freaking good, way freaking got fucked up attention to, and all this. And I think that this will go. This aspect of everything going into it, people took their time. People wanted just so it wasn't just ready to hold and all that. And I know that politicians ain't just saying that, but because everything starts going off of people and the results of the politicians and all that, somebody, you get these hoes that act this way, or these hoes that cross, or but these hoes are crossing. Excuse me, hoes are crossing. Nigga. Man, people gonna go off that. Niggas go off that shit. I'm just saying. So if a hoe crossing a nigga or a nigga cross a hoe, people go off that. So I'm just saying, within all of this bullshit, you still have people going into their shit, really making it into something. So you get certain brands and commercials you put on. I'm just saying, it seemed to be Now you get this big commercial shit blown up. Now freaking shit start getting judged. No conspiracy shit. That's just what happened. At this point was when freaking got judged. When the big rap commercial shit started blowing up. That's when freaking got judged in terms of where the news was showing the big police statements of these, bros and all that. Just giving an instance. And you got some, detective, men saying bullshit, like some bullshit ass man, type of bullshit, saying shit, kind of supporting the bullshit somewhat. So I'm saying in that aspect of it, then you have to look at it that Freaknik was, well, not that it was, it was kind of slipping because of that, but commercial shit was going off that. How Freaknik dealt with it. All this shit was rapping the niggas, so how that dealt with it. So as they going off that, it's getting to that point where now it's gonna be another bad look of rap with the commercial aspect. So obviously there's some shit coming at Freaknik, and they're dealing with the commercial shit too. Well, rap is hammering that motherfucker. Freaknik trying. See what I mean? That's what we're seeing on this shit. So we're gonna be taking to some times, man. That's what it is. This whole fucking situation, opioid crisis. When you look at that, it wasn't just. It's just like saying it wasn't just cosplaying shit or whatever like that. Nah, man, you got a lot more shit going on. You got the people putting in with some plans too or some shit like. And no, definitely had motherfuckers on there with their feet showing. You definitely had that shit. Them had people putting plans with the police on other motherfuckers. You had that, but some people felt they was in a bad situation, like with Miss Antoinette, that damn broad that was she was bucking and knocking niggas off too and shit. All this shit on them hoes, yeah. So a lot of that, man, when you look at it, the I-10 shit, rap shit, UGK, all that, looking at it now, and they talk about the I-10 little plans. Yeah, it wasn't just that. I still think I-10, that would be that's going to clearly, they're going to mention some of that during that rotten dirty shit that the bond them going to do. But, yeah, we know they're going to mention something of it, but it's some real shit that blacks, cartels, all that was whites too. They were like coming up on them 1990 shit. But as rap got into it, they started getting more pinched or caught by the laws or some caught up shit. But it wasn't necessarily that it was just coming at the rap. It was just that rap started seeing more of these big countrywide commerce situations happening. Rap started getting all that and dealt with all that into its commercial situation of the late 1990s. And that's what we're fucking talking about. What's going on. And get up in that motherfucker and whatever you sit, and just, hey man, people working it like that with the rap, and it's going somewhere. And they do these are big label brands and all this, and it's going this shit. And so the inner commerce infrastructure shit they're gonna look at motherfuckers in the economic point too. And sometimes there was a point here, and not just economic of what they spending to buy clothes, but economic of them hoes, and just the shit that was reported out of Gropes. Freaking the Gropes, the Atlanta shit, the Gropes, the raves that were reported. It's only like 6, 7 Gropes, 4 raves or some shit through a whole span, like those years or some shit like that. But still, but there was more of them in the late 1990s, and when they started trying to fuck up the frequency, so it wasn't just this, it was going at the new shit. In this case, they kind of went at the new shit, but they showing how they were doing. They gonna put it on, video, just doing your shit, boom, hitting it. So I'm just saying it grew to this too, commercial, even with the scene and status. That's what it was. Some clubs get that, some didn't.
We'll wear anything in blue and gold. what she means. Somebody that really, they might have a little shorts on, they may have a size 7, and they really need a 13. And stuff just hanging out everywhere, real long nails with they're green or orange, and hair just.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here, the rest of this shit, we're just gonna put together a little shit coming off the chins. The rapper video, a little something there. And I'll take it back through some times, I guess. Yeah, man, we got to do that shit out there like that. I think it ride like this shit here. Yeah, that's the first shit we coming back with. You know what? Fuck it, man. Just let some of it ride here. That shit right here, we gonna come back with it. Again, with the Megan Thee Stallion shit, there's some shit there. We gonna do some shit with it. This other shit too. This we're gonna do something with it. It's gonna be that. Shit, dope on with this shit. You know what it is. This is like on this, man. I'm just saying on that shit. But yeah, man. You know, it's the era of true life and wrestling. That's growing and falling and all that. And I think Freaking just had it all. Like, the shit there. So, yeah. Shit, baby, it's gonna be a ride too. Be something there, baby. Yeah, you gonna have shit. You talking about it's different from the normal spring break shit. Come on, man, that's what we talking about here. This shit ain't normal, nigga. You seen the Voodoo Range 11%. I don't see him. Shit, next you know it'll be a little more, but pretty good. They ain't, increasing for this one. It's not much, but it's something though. I'm saying shit there, man. Man. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion shit. I felt like some of the shit with her joint fit the H. Well, might not be atrium smooth, but I thought that some of her shit could kind of rock with a certain club shit anyway. But now it's you got your modern showcases or whatever. But back then, 1990s, I think Megan. I'm not saying she couldn't get with the underground shit because she learned from Pimp C. She said, so I'm sure she could get with some underground shit, but it was just different in 1990. But again, I'm saying I think Megan in these days, I think some of her shit has a little bit of some of the back then club shit. I think some of her moves or whatever could do some shit, But again, the club shit now is ain't on phone back then, so it's a little different. Well, yeah, you gonna see these a couple of times. Working both like this. I'm just saying. I'll see it a couple of times. Just know that freaking you're gonna hit it. You gonna hit it more than shit you got to, but it's still responsible. It's like that, man. So yeah, man, we gonna do that there. All right. Yeah, with this shit. No big ass shit. Hey, shit. That was your biggest deep Well, when I say biggest D, I mean in terms of trying to like your understanding. I felt like she was the understanding somehow of the certain no limits. She was like the one putting out the understanding of this, a little of this shit, or the little personal shit, or sometimes here and there, or whatever. They just or hookups, or she was like the understanding because you know you got Mercedes, you got other shit, you know, like, you know, the really raw live. I mean, yeah, you got other motherfuckers, but I think VX put them like a understanding in the shit or something like that, like because there was no other female artist in the South that had the flow with the little storytelling that was personal, like personal storytelling. You can tell like it's almost like a female storytelling wise, a little Scarface. I would say like you get up boys and shit like that, a little bit of that somehow, but the understanding. You got that from the Ghetto Boy. I think BX that she was understanding with no limit because the rest of them they gonna be louder. They bigger rhymers in terms of the loudness shit. But I think he had the it was a certain understanding she had. So it's a little different. I mean, I'm not saying making Stallion though, but I think BX had a certain understanding. You know, though I've seen BX say that. Oh yeah, she her shit in a young time she passed from, but or she didn't got past, but even so, there was still the understanding because other female rhymers they had better lyrics than BX. That's just how I feel like gangster boo and all that. I say lyrics, I'm talking about like they flow better. BX had the better lyrical storytelling type of shit. The other people flow better in terms of them lyrical little battles, you know, them type of shit. Yeah, like Gangsta Boo and all that. But VX shit was on the story shit. It wasn't necessarily just some like battle shit. Whatever. I'm not saying she couldn't rap, but I'm saying it wasn't on that. Her shit, the way words were, it was to an understanding. It was more an understanding and a little philosophical shit, a little bit. There's no limits to the rest of the niggas. They would be gone with the rhyme. Just rhyme shit all that VX shit was more like the slow, it's like the thoughtful um, making. It's like the making and understanding. That's the type of shit. That's what I'm saying. I mean, she had the most of that storytelling shit. It's just a rhyme a period in the South or whatever. Then the other female girls, you know, they go hard. Like MC like go hard with the story or whatever. But we're talking about the understanding shit that's really gets towards a deep point. Not that necessarily X was trying to be deep, but it gets to that point to understanding. So, and it was understanding around club shit, whatever shit, all that. And I think that was the dope shit. In this case, the understanding it's still literal. It's just like some Mary Jane or whatever shit. You know, you still literally understand shit you do or you don't understand shit with it. So I think it's all of that. But and I think it was just true, like kind of what you saying here. Vibe, baby. Yeah, that was if it was other female people, they would have the rhymers would have flowed and shit all of them. Yeah, shit was the understanding and the making. Or this shit like the making, like somebody that made the flow or made the realness to it. But someone like Gangsta Boo progressed the lyrical shit the most, possibly. Someone who had the most understanding with the flow shit would be me, X possibly. I feel like she brought that aspect out. And it brought, would understand on this shit. That's what I mean. That's what it is. So I want to bring that. It's a little different than the Megan shit, but we gonna fuck with that one. Of course. Damn shit, man. But that's a night, they trying to have me shower any damn well. Just enjoy the ride. Stop ever loving me. Ride, Twister, it's the remix. Shot-town, let's go. Diamonds on my birthstone. Sometimes it snows in April. If I
get the light and right, I'm shooting out a rainbow. Coalition, that's a soul intention, that's the main goal. Cold under pressure, turning Tommies into Django. Samples in the Rambos, dumping ammo in the Django.
And we're also gonna get back to the real jazz soul shit. This shit right here, you know, we got to do it, man. Make that shit work. And I think the real jazz soul, some of the shit we gonna do with it. Get to it too, man. But jazz soul had his shit too. I ain't saying it was making it sound in big freak shit, but I'm just saying, for the club shit we talking about, man, it was a little, it was different back then. These boys on a little more off Jerry Springer and shit. You know, but it's just different shit, man. Oh yeah, I was pretty big upon it.
Any kind of color.
Shit, you know, Mr. Tyson and all that too. We already know. Just getting ready, you know, for certain club shit would. I'm not saying you had to do it like Tyson, but there'd be a, you know, I mean, certain club shit, yeah. Um, shit, I think, you know, it was really about your people around, or well, that's more boxing, but even clubs sometimes it's that too. Um, just like that, like, heat, like what we been seeing with Michael Mann, the movie that they were really a lot of it was not about that only. You know, no limit had a hell of an honor barrage, or a hell of people riding, family type shit. Even sometimes some of them were, you know, they like blood, but they, you know, still just everything. They got the city, like that type of shit. Yeah, this fuck our honor barrage. We talking about a city, so fuck our honor barrage, man. The city shit. In this case, this is where we going at. I think this was your club shit. When you talk about Tyson in anywhere, any of these spots and shit. What I mean that talking about with certain specific, like, you know, people or whatever, and the way that the spot is into this shit, man. I mean, that's going for wherever. So the club know what the fuck is, you know, is going, you know, get with the real or whatever, get people kind of connected. When I think incorporate all this shit, so uh, it's just like Tyson doing this shit, you know, fresh out of prison or whatever, and this shit. You know, Pac trying to be this shit. I mean, a lot of again, organizing with boxing politics have slipped. Alexis Arguello dealt with some personal outside the ring shit that was big political shit in the 1990s and on. And a little different from club shit, but still politics shit that I think has a few comparisons to where we're going with it here. We always want to bring that one back in. But these songs we're doing specifically really gonna be for the Miss Billie Holiday shit we talking about. And we'll explain why on that older time of drug shit in the scene there and the help versus the shit that didn't need help. That's what we're doing. When I say that, I just mean the help in terms of, you know, people actually they want help enough, excuse me. Throw that, you scratch that. People are trying to get rid of any way of someone using the right shit with like methadone and all them other, they're still opioids, but they help. People wanted to fuck up those labeling. So though that's the help I'm talking about. People wanted to help the bullshit, but some people didn't want the methadone where it helped people. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about in that aspect. Not necessarily all just about people, but the methadone, the product itself. I think that where shit would get off at. Yeah, you know, so this was all the bebop, the era, the 1950s, 60s and shit like that, yeah. So we'll just looking back at the times then, it was a little more federal, as we read Mr. Anslinger. So he couldn't go at everything of the heroin at the time because his shit was mainly a federal level thing. We'll come back on next week. I came with the website of the shit too, where I got that from. rest of this, G Tyson doing this shit here, all that. That's what we're coming on with. Just in the mix, man.
Color, just looking jacked up. I'm a classy hoochie. You know, I'm a classy hoochie. How you feel? That's cute. But do you mind?
Yeah, just saying the boxer aspect in terms of certain statuses were big about the Freaknik shit. The Freaknik shit rather was big about it. Yeah, the Titans and all the yeah. Oh yeah, so just a little bit of that. We get back on that. Nowadays, people shit on the club shit, drill shit, whatever. Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know all her biz. Though I'll say she could do better. She could have did a little bit of the Detroit and shit. But again, it was still on him. But it's still on her too. It's, shit did improve. Shit that he learned real shit. But nonetheless, she still would be, I think, contestant wise, like somebody that would still put on a show of like a representing the freaking shit or whatever like that or whatever. I'm just in a way sort of, but not exactly because back then she could, but back then the nigga Lee and all them they were a little more into the R&B mode with the shit. But the thing about Megan Thee Stallion, shit's so smooth with the rap, it goes into that. Sometimes it can go into a point of not quite R&B, but it have a aura of that. I think without some major singing shit like that. Yeah. So I think that could fuck with certain clubs. Like India Jazz Soul wouldn't be super major singing, but they be hitting shit. You got louder voices than Benet, but Benet killed that shit. You got louder voices than India Davenport, but India Davenport, she taking that motherfucker rhyme and the club situation. She was all in. She taking it. She putting on for another goddamn way of living. Like with that, she's living with the shit she's saying. That type of understanding. That type of shit. That's real. So that's what we're coming on with it, man. True Life, still back at it. We're going with the shit now. Check it.
My headlights are on. Yeah, I want a little bit of it, like the tight look, but I don't want that. I don't want to overdo it. You never know who you're gonna meet. You never know when you're gonna meet the husband, so I gotta be prepared.
Stay on that shit. But it be all this shit too. Big old freak. This the screwed jam shit. It's a screwed up version.
Me, get what you need like me, huh? Ain't nobody got a funny toes and roll to the tip like me. Hey, I got him addicted, he fiending. My body a drug and he need it. He begging me for the treatment. He throw a fit when I leave him. He like, baby.
Your motorhome is equipped with 2 holding tanks. Tank 1. Insert.
Oh, we need to watch this.
Basically, this is going to get us a lot of attention. Because a lot of people not expecting anybody to come down to Winnebago, but I think a lot of females are definitely going to try to, probably talk to us or even try to get into Winnebago, have fun with us, So, hopefully, I'm going to freak me up and hit,
Don't know what to do without it. Keep fucking with you, I doubt it. They don't understand that I'm all in his head and it's nothing.
Make the gang a milligan. Make sure they move militant. This for all my gullers, I'ma get us off this kill again. This for all the times I'm the captain, you was feeling it. Ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy.